You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
You gotta hit record.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you did. I see.
Yep.
Right.
Just did. I just did. I look ready. I know you look ready. So counting down. 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, Nightshifters? We're back. I survived Florida. Jon survived cold and stormy weather.
Yep.
And this is episode number 127.
In the books, bro.
Yeah, we're knocking it out, man.
I know. It's crazy how that number grows so quickly on you. You know, it's like before you know it, we're 127 freaking episodes in.
Yeah. Imagine when we get to 1,000.
Imagine.
We could do it. I mean, it'll only take 30 more years at this rate.
Yeah. If we're only doing one a week, it's going to take a while.
So I made the trip to the great state of Ron DeSantis' Florida.
Yeah. How was it, man? How was it? Where in Florida did you go? How was the experience, the drive down, all that?
Well, the drive down was dark. We left Friday after Mary Beth got off work. So it was dark when we left the house, and it was dark all the way down there. And I drove all the way down there. I'm proud of that fact.
Good job.
We didn't have to swap out drivers. So I made that run on my own. We went to Sanford, Florida.
Okay.
So Sanford, Florida. And there's another town called Deltona. Deltona, which is right next door to it.
Okay.
Sanford, Florida is in Seminole County. Deltona is in Volusia County.
Okay.
Okay, so you got to cross the St. Johns River. It is like two different worlds. We had a hotel in Deltona, and when we got there, we checked into the room, and it was like somebody had just had a party or recorded a movie of some kind in there. Yeah.
It looked rough.
It was rough. So
walking into the room,
there was cups, red Solo cups with limes in them.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was the most Florida thing you expect to see.
Yes.
Just not at 1:00 in the morning when you're trying to check into your hotel room after you've been driving 7 hours and ready to call it a night.
That's so funny, though.
Yeah, it's funny now.
Oh my God.
It's funny now, but I've never felt homeless before.
Did you want to? You didn't even want to sit on anything. Did you want to touch anything? Did you go into the room?
Mary Beth and Charlie went into the room first. And that as I was getting out of the car, they were already walking back like, nope. So I went and took a picture.
This is not us.
This is not us. I went and took a picture. I said, we are not staying in this hotel. There's a dog barking. There's a Jeep parked out there. And in front of the Jeep, there was a table, like a camping table.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is strange. Maybe they were just having a party. Or maybe they were just, they're on some kind of overland adventure.
Maybe.
The first problem when you pull into a hotel and you realize that it's all Florida tags at a Florida hotel, that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a red flag. Now, so we go and we're like, we want our money back. And they're like, well, we can't give you your money back. And we got on the phone with booking, made everything. We got our money back. But
right.
Then here sets the situation where we have to find a hotel.
Right.
We go to the first hotel, and there's no room in the inn.
There's no room.
There's no room. They're booked solid. We go to the second one, and they're like, we've got a king bed and a pull-out bed.
Right.
For tonight only. So we took it. We had to get some sleep.
That was your only option at that point.
Yeah, the Comfort Inn and Suites in Sanford, Florida. Give them a shout out. Good folks.
Hey.
They took care of us.
Thanks to the Comfort Inn. Oh, look at you. You got that Ron Jon cup.
I got the Ron Jon cup. I got the Salt Life shirt. I'm Floridaed up today, man.
I see that, man.
We saw many of Florida men and many of Florida women.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Well,
they
I
were
would
not.
hope so. I would hope so. You were
They,
in middle Florida, right? Because you guys are kind of in the middle of the state right there, aren't you?
dude, yeah. So it's such a weird contrast between Orlando, because you're in Sanford, which is Seminole County, like I said. So you're dead between Disney World, Orlando area, and Daytona, and those are the two extremes of Florida.
Right. You got Daytona and Disney.
Yes, yes, and Sanford was the part we were in was amazing.
Really?
They
Which
have
is where your
everything.
daughter moved to, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
they are literally 45 minutes from the parks, 45 minutes from Disney World. There's a Top Golf. You know, I saw a standalone Audi dealership on their exit.
That's pretty wild.
So
That's really
that
wild.
tells you that they're in a pretty good area.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't see that often.
No. So I was like, maybe I should go get it. Maybe it's a sign. Trade the Volkswagen in on Audi and upgrade.
Hey.
I don't know, but we did not go near the Audi dealership because they probably would have.
Not on this trip.
Not on this trip. Maybe next trip. But we had a good, safe trip. We didn't, going down, we didn't see anything too crazy. It was kind of cool down there. It wasn't like the hot Florida that you think of.
Sure.
But it was still nicer than it was in Griffin.
Yeah, I bet.
And
was it raining a lot down there too? Were you guys getting some weather down there?
We ran through showers on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty nasty coming down in areas, but not bad. The next morning, we get up. The first morning we're down there, it's in the high 50s. It felt good. It was a humid high 50. So it was,
Yeah.
We're running around in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody else is wrapped up. I mean, I'm like, why are y'all wrapped up? This is not cold weather. This is nice weather.
They were all Floridians.
Yeah, they're all Floridians. We stopped at a Wawa. Have you ever been to a Wawa?
No, I have not. No, I haven't.
A Wawa is a gas station chain that's in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where else they are, but it's kind of a neat gas station chain. They got pizza.
Okay.
They've got all the things that a gas station would have, but they're very, very brightly lit. So, like, you feel safe at a Wawa.
Interesting.
The architecture is pretty neat. It's the typical trip. The coolest thing was we went to, and we got to talk about the steak. I sent you pictures of it.
Yes. Yes.
So
you did.
Charlie has been after me to go to a Ruth Chris Steakhouse since they won the state championship. That's why I got the hat on today. Just a little shout out.
Skip Stone's
state championship. So we were making our reservations Saturday morning, trying to find somewhere because we had a group of 8. We had us, Cheyenne, Kyle, and Kyle's family was down too. So it was pretty fun. We don't get to hang out with them much, but we click pretty good.
That's cool.
They are Yankees, but yeah.
Not really Yankees though. They're kind of aren't like you almost consider them like ranchers where they're at. Like they're in the wide open.
Ranchers. So it's more like
they're like the hillbillies of freaking Wisconsin.
I think on Letterkenny they're referred to as Hicks. But
yeah. Okay, Hicks.
I'm not calling them a hick in case you're listening to the podcast.
Right.
They were fun. They are, whatever they are up there is very similar to whatever I am down here.
Sure.
So we made reservations for the steakhouse, and nobody looked at the menu before we made the reservation.
Oh Lord!
So got the reservation. Mary Beth pulls up the menu, and she goes, "This is going to be expensive." So this place is right around Ruth Chris on prices to give you an idea.
Okay, so you're looking 50 on up, 50 ahead, 50 per person. plus.
I don't think there was a steak under $71.
Holy smokes! You can't hide money.
Was there, Mary Beth? Was there a steak under $71?
Well, the small one.
Oh yeah, they had a little bitty fillet that was.
Oh yeah. You can get like a 4-ounce fillet or something.
Yeah, 4-ounce fillet for like $69.
That's
You're just gonna sit there and
crazy. So it's one of those you don't go too often type of situation.
You don't go. This was a credit card meal.
Yeah.
we gonna pay this one off.
Yeah, I love the transparency.
Actually, I think Mary Beth whipped out some cash, but I don't know. She can save. She will save money, and I don't even know it's there.
Right. Well, yeah. Given nature of her work, she can get them cash money tips and all that.
Right. So she saves money. I don't even know. I'm like, where did that money come from?
Right. Right. She's been pocketing that thing.
Either way, it still hurt a little bit to look at the menu, but once you bite into that steak and take that first bite, all that hurt goes out the window.
Really?
Yes, there is no pain after that first bite of steak.
Wow. Tell me about the experience. What did you order? How is it served? Tell me about this thing.
Okay, so
given the cost of this thing, it better live up to standards.
An STK steakhouse looks like somewhere they would go on Miami Vice. Okay. You walk in, there's a DJ booth, and the DJ is just playing DJ music the whole freaking time you're in there. It's got the white leather, booths. We had
you want to start fist pumping when you're in there?
Not quite fist pumping, but it was a good vibe, and we had the back corner booth. This big old booth at the back. I'm like, man, this is awesome. I feel gangster.
Yeah, big old reservation. You got 8 people, man. That's a big crowd for that place, probably.
And there was, being that it was Disney, there was multiple styles of dress in there, from people dressed way up to people in shorts.
Yeah,
mostly my people. But I actually put on a polo after I looked at the menu. I said, I got to do a little bit for this.
Yeah, you had to wear a collar.
I had to wear a collar. But the steak we had, so you imagine, you got the atmosphere is awesome. The steak we had was the 34-ounce tomahawk, dry aged tomahawk.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've never bit into a steak so good.
All right, I'm gonna give you your background music, and you try to imitate your face when you took the first bite. That's how it went.
So for those who are just listening to the audio show, it was a very, very good steak. It was, when you take that first bite of the steak after seeing what the menu is, the prices on the menu, and you take that first bite, you're like, it was worth it. It was okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. But they're like, so we're looking at the menu and they're like, look, we can serve everything family style.
Yeah.
So
let's just kind of like whatever shared plates.
Yeah. So they cut up the steak. They cut up the steak for us, and me and Mary Beth shared the tomahawk ribeye.
Right.
So that made it
ounce or two. That's awesome.
That made it somewhat more affordable when you look at the prices on the menu. You do the math, you're like, okay, makes sense. Lobster mac and cheese blew the doors off of the lobster mac and cheese at Ruth's Chris.
Really?
Yes, because you know how you get the lobster mac and cheese at Ruth's Chris, and you're like, oh, there's a piece of lobster.
Mm-hmm.
No, this was every scoop had some lobster in it.
I see. They weren't skimping.
No, they wasn't skimping. And then Charlie got the Parmesan truffle fries, which they were very delicious. I can't remember what everybody else got. Everybody got a steak.
Is that the thing you sent me the other day? I didn't. The link was no good that you sent me. I couldn't get it.
Okay, so you got some truffle oil for Christmas.
I did,
right?
black and white truffle oil.
Black and white truffle oil for Christmas. Well,
yes.
This is a French fry recipe using that.
Okay, either one, the black or the white, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay, cool.
But it'll give you a recipe. I'll try to refine that because the fries were they had some kind of sauce. Everything was okay. Here's a good steak, but we're going to give you a very good dipping sauce to go with it. Like I had the STK bold.
Okay.
And that was like a very bold A1, but it wasn't there. Well, it wasn't A1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You just a little bit in there, but you could eat it too without. It didn't need sauce. The sauce was just to step it up. It had a truffle butter on top of it. They come out with a little torch.
Whew. That truffle trade is bad business, man.
Yeah, if you get looking into it, it could be kind of rough, but,
but heck, we know that goes all the way down to bananas, though. So
yeah, the bananas is probably the worst one.
When I learned about that banana massacre, I was blown away. I had no idea United Foods and all that was like that. But not to take away from your experience there at STK Steakhouse, it just made me think of the truffle trade.
It turns out they have one in Atlanta.
An STK Steakhouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
is it in like downtown?
Yes, it's like I think it would be considered Midtown. It's over there. Is it Piedmont Park area? Is that considered Midtown?
I guess. I mean, whatever. I call it all downtown pretty much.
Yeah, it's all downtown. It's north of the connector, or it's north
of I-20.
Yeah, north of I-20, east of the connector. So it's up in that little quadrant.
Right.
But man, if you ever get a chance to eat at one, go. It'll be 5 years before I can go to another one.
I will. You've got me very interested in it. My wife said she had heard of it before, but I had never even heard of it until you were talking. You sent me that picture the other night and were telling me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's so like if Ruth Chris is baby boomer, STK is young millennial Gen Z.
Okay.
Like in the fashion and the presentation is still food.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, this was good. Now let's take the good and make it fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ruth's Chris does have that kind of old traditional feel to it.
Very traditional steakhouse feel to it.
Yeah, when you walk in, it's that old. It's like Old Faithful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Old Faithful steakhouse.
And I think this one was set up where just about everything was a booth of some type, whether it be face-to-face booths or the clamshell booth type.
And you say they were white leather booths?
Yes, it was white
so
leather.
Awesome.
The place was white leather and black.
You're eating the best steak you've ever had in some white leather booths. You feel awesome.
I felt great.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how Rogan can eat.
Yeah. Did you have a celebratory cigar afterwards or anything like that, man?
No, because the cigar shop in Disney Springs is now a sunglasses place.
Yeah.
I guess, things move on. Did have an old fashioned though.
Only losers wear sunglasses during the winter.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you're wearing sunglasses right now, John. You got your Disney princess sunglasses on.
My Sunday's best, man.
With your swim cap and your medal.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Are you going to do it again this year?
Nah, I would. Well, it's in a few months. I mean, I technically could do it again this year, but
so you're one and done.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to do it again. I just wanted to make sure I showed it off, make sure I remind all the listeners, all these night shifters, remember this. You see this right here in the camera? Good.
He's holding up his medal.
Yeah.
His participation trophy.
You guys have got to check out the YouTube. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you're missing a lot.
You can also, I believe, watch it on Spotify. You
can, yeah. You can watch it on Spotify. So if you're listening on Spotify, just pull up your app. You should be watching the video.
Boom, right there. But we would like to get the follows and the views on YouTube. That would be great. So John, do you like flea markets?
I do like flea markets.
Okay, so we went to the world famous Daytona Beach flea market.
How was it? Tell me about it. Was it humongous?
I think we were there probably an hour and a half and only saw probably a third of it.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, very large.
Yeah. They've got all the things. They've got leather. They've got plants.
Yeah.
They've got toys.
Oh,
They have a Trump section.
of course.
They have
Naturally.
a NASCAR section. You can get walking around beers.
Let me ask you, did they have a Ron DeSantis section?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, they had the Ron DeSantis stuff over there commingled with the Trump stuff.
Oh, so you had to go to the Trump booth for the Ron DeSantis stuff?
Pretty much.
Oh, man, that's a total own.
Yeah, you're sitting there, it's like Trump flag, Trump shirt, Trump hat, Ron DeSantis hat.
Yeah, he's got like a Ron DeSantis cup, like coffee mug or something. It's like all you can get is a keychain.
Man, it's a pretty cool. I've been there once, I think.
Okay.
And it's a big place, dude, but it's full of Florida people.
Yeah.
Like there's potential felonies happening while you're there.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
If the cops were there, they could probably just run through some names, get some warrants handled. I'm not saying it's rough. Everybody was friendly, but
Yeah.
these people got a past.
Yeah.
But we ended up buying some plants. I think Charlie bought a T-shirt. I didn't buy anything. I wanted
Nothing
to.
for you.
I get in those situations and there's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
I want to choose right. Or if I do find something that I like, they don't have my size.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's tough to find sometimes.
It is.
Not everyone is as considerate. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what happens is they make the fat boy clothes, they make less of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time it makes it to the discount outlets at the flea markets, they gone.
They gone. Yeah. That's a good point. I used to perform at the Forest Park Flea Market when I was a young boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Pretty well, man. I used to have it on VHS tape. I'll try to dig it out one of these days. We would do these Taekwondo demonstrations in the Forest Park that has that big old flea market.
They got the farmers market.
Farmers market. Oh,
yeah.
Where's the big? Is it Jonesboro that has the flea market?
Jonesboro's got the big flea market.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the Jonesboro flea market. That's where we used to go.
Dude,
Yeah.
That's some daggone foot fist weight stuff right there, dude.
It really was. Like we go out there and be breaking all this concrete and boards and like stuff be flying everywhere.
Dude, that just sounds just like the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty.
And your, what do you call it? Your sensei? Is it a sensei?
Yeah.
He's out there.
Master in Taekwondo.
Master. Did he have on his American flag pants?
No.
Oh, man, you don't want to take a roundhouse kick when somebody's wearing some of those.
You can't do it. You can't take a roundhouse kick when someone's wearing some of those.
But
I used to have some.
For the low price of $30 a month, your son or daughter can learn Taekwondo from the master.
I used to have American flag parachute pants. I used to have some, and I would wear them a lot. Never a Taekwondo.
I mean, you got to wear pants like that.
Yeah. You feel pretty awesome.
I think I probably saw some pants similar to that at the flea market.
You probably did. I see what it was for me. I saw Mr. T sing the Star Spangled Banner at like a baseball game with these big old parachute American flag pants, and I was like, I got to have a pair. And then I got a pair.
Of course, you got to have a pair.
Yeah.
Charlie would probably wear them.
Parachute American flag pants?
Yeah. You think Charlie would wear parachute American flag pants? Maybe this says no.
So what else happened on your Florida trip, man? You had the mix up at the hotel room. You had an amazing steakhouse experience. You went to this world famous flea market. What else did you do?
We went and walked on Daytona Beach in the cold.
Oh, very windy and cold.
Very windy and cold. After we ate some seafood, we did find some good seafood. There's a place called the Ocean Deck, and Cheyenne's like,
out Ocean Deck.
You've got to eat at the Ocean Deck. I'm like, okay, I will one day when I make it to Daytona.
Yeah.
So we went and ate at Ocean Deck, and it was good. I had shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yep, coconut shrimp, fried shrimp, and peel and eat shrimp.
Bubblegum shrimp.
I'm coming around to coconut shrimp.
You were not a big fan before?
I was not a big fan of before because the coconut shrimp that I've had in the past tasted like sunscreen.
Oh. Yeah, it's not supposed to taste like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. It only had a hint of sunscreen. Yeah. So it's getting better. But they had some kind of sriracha dipping sauce that they gave you with it that really offset the sunscreen taste.
Nice.
But it was pretty good.
Yeah.
The view probably could have been better. Cheyenne's like, I told Cheyenne's like, where'd y'all sit? Where'd y'all sit? I'm like, we sat inside. She's like, there is no inside. I'm like, I sat inside of a room.
Right.
Glass. I
Right.
was inside of a building. She goes, you were not inside. That was the lower deck of the Ocean Deck, and they had the windows closed.
Oh, interesting.
I was like,
That's a little technicality there, but whatever.
I said, so I was inside. She's like,
yeah. You close the windows. That's indoor.
There is no inside. So evidently they ate there earlier in the week, and it was warm enough for them to have the windows open.
I see.
And but to me, I just thought I was like, I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was a low ceiling, so you felt like you were in this old school place, you know, that had rich stained wood in it, but it was also worn because it's a beach bar. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
It's like we almost built a really nice restaurant, and then we got about halfway through and decided just to open the front up and have a deck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the best. You could see in the kitchen. It was almost like there's the bar. It's an L-shaped bar.
Yeah.
And then there's some dude over there cooking in the fryer behind the bar. And you're like, wait a minute.
Nice.
It's like a Waffle House seafood place.
Yeah, that open kitchen is always cool.
Yeah, I like it. You know, you dinner and a show.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of eating, man, I see that you got this pizza list update here on the notes. What's this all about?
Yeah. So we did add to the pizza list.
Okay.
And I cannot say the name of this place. I'm going to spell it.
I got to take this off.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's giving me a headache.
It looked like it was squeezing, man.
Yeah. These things are tight, dude.
Yeah, well, you got to for hydrodynamics.
Yeah.
And speed.
I got to reassess here.
Let me spell this place for you.
All right.
CHIANTI.
CHANTI?
No, CHIANT. Shanties?
Shanties?
It was Italian.
Chiantis.
Chiantis.
Just go all out with it. Chiantis.
They had 2 locations.
Okay.
So I'm considering that mom and pop.
All right.
The pizza was pretty good. It had a little bit more flop than you would probably like.
Okay.
But you were able to cup the slice and take the flop out of it.
Okay. So, yeah, it had a good cupping ability, though.
Yeah, it had good cupping ability.
Okay.
So, I would go back. It was a little on the salty side, but, you know, it's okay. No harm,
What
no
did you
foul.
get? Was it pepperoni? Was it classic?
I always get meat lovers.
Oh, you always get a meat lovers. Okay.
Meat lovers or pepperoni.
Yeah.
Are my go-to. We had a Supreme, I think, too, and I'm pretty sure it was good because there was none left.
Okay. So do you have what would you rate this pizza? Like what on your scale?
We'll give it, let's see, 5 pepperoni. This would be top. So we'll give it probably 3.5, 4. Probably 4 pepperonis.
I like that you really needed to think about it for a little bit. I like that you really had to think about it.
You know, and Mary Beth is like, she even brought up, she's like, we got to add to the pizza list on this trip.
Man, that's so cool to have such a supportive wife. Way to go, Mary Beth.
Because we could have easily gone and got like Domino's or, whatever.
Anything.
But no, she found this place and she's like, okay, this is it. We're going to add to the pizza list. We are going to start working on a barbecue list.
Oh man, so we gonna start? Are you going for like homemade barbecue, like Sonny's, Shane's, none of that stuff, right?
Well, Mary Beth feels like we should include all barbecue places on it. And here's the reason, because even though it might be a chain barbecue place, there still is work to be done. You can't cheat barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't cheat barbecue. Whether it's a chain or not, you can't cheat it. Why is that so funny?
I just took that the wrong way. Like when you said there's work to be done, I thought you meant like there's assessing, there's judgment to be done there.
No, it's like,
that's the way I took. Not that there was work to make the barbecue, but that there was work to do as far as judging.
The process, pizza, like, it's rumored that Domino's pizza is frozen and they just run it through.
That's rumors, yeah.
I can't prove it, but sometimes it tastes like that.
The dough is definitely that way. The dough comes frozen. All they got to do is top it.
Yeah, so you can't cheat barbecue like that.
Yeah.
But you can judge it heavily.
You think everything is cooked there? Like they don't send like a big old tub of cooked pulled pork to a Shane's Rib Shack. They have to cook it there?
I think they had to. I don't know about a Shane's.
That's what I'm saying, man. Think about how much pulled pork they go through. You think they're cooking it all there?
I ain't never seen a smoker behind a Shane's. I've seen the original Shane's.
Have you?
Yeah, I've ate at the original Shane's.
Oh man, can't hide money, dude. Look at you.
It's just in McDonough.
It's literally a shack, right?
Yeah, it's a shack. I ate Shane's before they franchised.
Oh man, look at you.
So I think we're going to include we're going to search out, the more home places on, if we're in a town, we're going to do a little bit of research, because with the internet, all you got to do is click on their website. And if they have multiple locations, you're like, okay, that's automatically drops a half a star.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or a half a rib bone.
Yeah, because is that what you're gonna judge it as?
It's either that rib bones or wood chips. I haven't decided.
Yeah. I can dig that.
But yeah, we are working on it. Everything will be judged off of, is it better than fresh air or is it worse than fresh air?
Everything, spoken like a true Griffinite. Let me just say that.
Fresh air's not even in Griffin, dude.
I know, but everyone from the Spalding County area on down swears by fresh air.
Because fresh air's, dude, they were second on Southern Living's list of best barbecue places in the South this year.
I'm not saying they're bad, dude.
And the one person that beat them was that woman that's only open on Saturday in Texas.
Yeah, that 90-something-year-old woman who's still out there.
Yeah,
we talked about her before, I think.
We will give that to her.
Yeah.
She, okay, Okay.
Yeah, the one carrying on her husband's legacy and all that through it smoking barbecue.
But when you look at the big picture, basically the one that anybody can have easily jump on a plane and go get any day of the week.
Yeah.
Fresh air is number one.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So we ate at a place called Woody's Barbecue on the way back.
Okay. Where was this?
It was off of Exit.
You don't even know where it was?
I was somewhere on Interstate 10 near the Okefenokee.
Oh, fair enough.
That's pretty much all I know.
Yeah.
Mary Beth's
Is that Natty making all that noise back there?
No, that's Mary Beth getting some beaver nuggets.
Oh, yo, I had to make a stop at a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we had to stop at Buc-ee's on the way back. But so this place, atmosphere was okay. The atmosphere was fun.
Yeah.
They had, I think, 5 sauces to choose from.
Not bad. Like the Memphis, Kansas City, North Carolina type.
Yeah, kind of like that. They had a bold and spicy. The sauces,
mustard based, vinegar based, that type of thing.
They did not have vinegar based.
Ah.
So right there, that's points deducted.
Yeah, I want all of it because some barbecue goes better with a vinegar based. Some barbecue goes better with a ketchup based. I think some barbecue goes better with a mustard based.
Right. Well, I got the Carolina style pulled pork.
Okay.
It's the same. So, if you're going to judge the barbecue, you need to get pulled pork because not everybody has brisket.
Right. Well, and pulled pork is going to be at every barbecue place. It's going to be at every barbecue place.
Every barbecue place.
Or at least it better be.
The pulled pork was fair. It had a little bit of a stiffness to it when you bit into it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
It wasn't mouth-watering.
It wasn't not like barky, but like
not barky at all. It was just like borderline squeaky.
Okay.
Kind of like tuna. You know how when you bite into tuna, like out of the can, it's kind of got that, okay, I got to chew this.
Yeah.
They served a Carolina style sandwich that didn't have a vinegar sauce.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
So you cannot call it a Carolina style sandwich if you don't either A, put Carolina style sauce on it, or B, bring it out there.
Yeah, because Carolina has to have the sauce because it's not big on the dry rub.
It's basically a vinegar. It's just a vinegar and red pepper, almost a mopping sauce type situation.
Yeah. Ooh, I loved it too. Ooh.
I would probably go back, but I'm not going to give it. I'm only going to give it like 3 wood chips.
And are they a chain?
They are a chain in Florida on like I-10 and I-95.
Okay. So
they're
a few locations.
East Coast Florida chain.
Gotcha.
They did serve beer. They had music playing. It was neat atmosphere. Table was mildly sticky.
Yeah.
You'll have that at barbecue restaurants.
Yeah. They're just using a little bit of Clorox to.
Yeah. So that's the new list. I don't think I'm going to go as far into the back catalog as far as trying to find places to put on the list that I've ate at before, simply because I cannot remember everywhere that I've eaten.
So you're starting fresh. This is starting from scratch. You're going to start the list now.
Start list now. So
does that mean you have to go eat some fresh air barbecue now?
It looks that way.
Man, all this is not tying in with your resolution real well.
Barbecue is not that bad for you.
Really?
And I mean, it's not like total carnivore or anything, but you don't have to eat. You don't have to eat the bread. You can just.
That's true.
That's true. And if it's a vinegar-based sauce, it's not going to have a lot of carbs in it. A lot of sugar.
True. That's true. So, Point taken.
But it is fun. I like eating barbecue. I will tell you this. I had been doing. I'm glad you brought that up about the resolution. I had been doing the intermittent fasting.
Yes.
I lost a few pounds over the last week or so.
Right on, man. Good job.
But I was not able to be as strict with my intermittent fasting while we were down there. And I also had some bread. And I gained everything back real quick. So that being said, you kind of got to know going into it, if you're going to do just the intermittent fasting, you've got to be strict about it. You got to be, dead on it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I imagine. I can imagine when you do that, it's all about keeping your body in that rhythm too.
Right. So it knows,
and if you throw it off, then it's really you're losing a lot of the results very quickly. I would imagine.
Yes. So I mean, I tried to stick. Like I didn't eat past say 9 o'clock, but I got up early and we had breakfast with everybody every morning. So it threw it off some. Plus riding, you're not very active when you're riding.
Yeah, you have no choice.
But I'll be all right. I'll make it.
Yeah, man. You're going to start hitting that gym again this week, right?
I need to start hitting the gym. I'm trying to come up with the time to do it is what baffles me.
Yeah. Well, working night shift is not easy to schedule around.
That, and the gym that I go to is 45 minutes from where I work. So, and it's not on the way home. It's past home.
It's past home. It's so tempting to pull in on your street.
So you got to go past the home to get there. So
that's a tough trip to go to drive past your house to get to the gym.
Yeah, that and doggone, I could sit here and make excuses. I need to quit making excuses and come up with solutions.
Yeah. Quit giving me excuses. Give me reasons.
What'd you do this weekend? I feel like it's all been about me.
Because you had an exciting weekend. I didn't do much, man. I hung around the house. We've been working with Toby. I've been cutting Beasley's hair some more. Like, just
That's
had a
been
really
a project,
low-key weekend,
right?
Dude, she's so big and her hair is so much, man. I feel like we could do this every day and she'd still need it.
Is the cat playing with the hair when it falls off?
Yeah.
I just imagine like you're like, plump. The cat's like,
yeah. Toby's been pretty excitable. He's been getting used to the house, So it's low-key weekend, man. And here we are with a snow day, dude. We've gotten 2 weather days now in like a week's time here with the school system.
Right. So y'all were off Friday.
Yep.
Because of the storms.
Correct.
Charlie was out Friday because of the storms.
Yep.
Then fast forward to Tuesday, y'all were off because of the potential snow.
Yeah, potential freezing. They were worried about all the rain that came at like 3 o'clock. Freezing because the temperatures were just continuously going down. And I guess they were worried about the roads freezing up, buses, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got another day off of school, man. Do you remember getting a lot of snow days when you were a child?
Oh, that coffee's cold. It seems like we got more when I was a child than when my children were children's. Children were children. Yeah.
It seems like my kids get way more than I did.
We didn't get storm days though.
That's right. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like I remember getting locked down in the school for a while one day because we had a tornado coming through. So like none of us got home until like 8 o'clock that night.
We had bomb threats in high school weekly.
Freaking Griffin, man.
It was the same dude. They finally called him because he left his backpack by the phones in the lunchroom.
Oh, Lord. He was making it from a payphone at school?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So that's how they finally got him.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
And everybody knew that it was a prank, right? Nobody took it seriously. So all it wasn't like.
They wouldn't make you guys evacuate or anything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just go out to the student parking lot and just stand there.
Every time you still had to do the same stuff.
Every time. And then what they would do is they would go and check. So this was the thing. They'd send us out to the parking lot.
Yeah.
Then they would check the gym, bring us into the gym, and then they would check the rest of the school.
How well do you think they were checking that gym before they brought you in there?
Well, I will tell you this. So one of my friends' uncle I think he's still a firefighter. I don't think he's retired yet. And he said, look, if there's a bomb in that place, we ain't checked it good enough to know if it's not in there or not. We're just trying to get y'all back in school.
Right. They didn't check. They would not be able to know. They would not know. They're teachers. How are they going to be able to detect a bomb?
Right. And like the guy would always say the same thing. And I hope I can say it without getting in trouble.
What?
So he would call in and he'd be like, tick, tick, boom, boom. There's a bomb in every room.
Ugh.
And you know that's not a credible bomb threat.
It's sad that you know his spiel. Like,
everybody knew it.
It's sad that you know what he's saying when he called in. That's because terrible.
It would get out. It would get out that because people would talk. It's a small town. We only
Loose
have one
lips sink ships, dude.
So yeah, that's what we had.
Bomb threats.
Bomb threats, and that's like you look at the school shooters, and you're like, could y'all guys just go back to regular bomb threats if you want to disrupt school? Let folks have a fun little break in the day.
Yeah, get your attention that way. Get your 15 minutes of fame that way with a threat.
What a threat! An empty threat to clear the room.
Yeah.
So
it's a good old fashioned threat.
Dude, but there was one time in Griffin, let's see, we're on our 4th Kroger building. So this was 3 Krogers ago.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was 3 Krogers ago. It might have been 1 Kroger ago.
Oh.
But there was somebody that made a little bomb and put it in the cake mix aisle and blew out the cake mix.
No, what?
Yeah,
they blew up the cake mix.
They blew up the cake mix aisle. like it just basically looked like just a mess of flour and stuff. But it was on the front page of the paper.
Why do they want to murder a bunch of cakes?
I don't know.
Why are they trying to murder a bunch of preborn cakes?
And it's just, this is strange things that happen.
It makes me think of the Bill Burr bit.
Check this out.
Okay.
We ran into some people from Griffin at the rest area at the Georgia Welcome Center.
Of course,
coming back yesterday.
Of course you did. Can't go anywhere without.
We randomly parked beside them, went in, used the bathroom, come back out.
Of course, you got to talking.
Mary Beth's sitting there talking to them. I'm like, why is Mary Beth talking to a freaking stranger? And they had Spalding County tags, so she was just trying to figure out where they lived.
That's hilarious.
So
that's so funny, man.
You
always run into someone from Griffin.
Always. It don't matter where you go. Everybody knows somebody from Griffin.
Everybody. Hey, you ready for an ad break, man?
Yeah, let's take an ad break. I'm gonna freshen up my coffee.
Let's do it.
Man, I just had some cinnamon beaver nuggets.
Ooh, I never had the cinnamon flavor.
I've never had cinnamon ones either, and now I've got to make another trip to Buc-ee's.
I love the regular beaver nuggets, man. They're so addictive.
The cinnamon ones almost taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I would love that.
You know what I'm talking about. Sit there and just eat the box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, yeah. My wife made some Snickerdoodle cookies last night.
Ooh, Snickerdoodle cookies.
Been wearing them out.
Not sure what those are, but.
Oh, they're covered in cinnamon and sugar and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Really good.
All right. So, America's favorite Kelce is retiring.
Yeah, it's a sad day, man, but wonderful, illustrious career, dude. Been fun to watch him on the gridiron.
Yep. Jason Kelce has decided to hang up his shoulder pads and his cleats, and I bet the podcasting world will appreciate that as far as them just coming in and getting everybody's ratings.
Yeah, they did do that.
They've done real good for a podcast that just started.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. That's the cool thing.
You
Like,
get
all of America knows them, and I'm glad you clarified which Kelce it was too, because
yeah, it was Jason.
yeah,
Um,
not Travis.
well, that's why I said America's favorite Kelce.
Right,
'Cause
right.
You better believe that if he breaks up with Taylor, he will not be a favorite Kelce anymore.
Do you think Chiefs ratings will tank after that?
He will, yeah, he will be the worst Kelce.
He will be America's least favorite Kelce at that
America's
point,
least favorite Kelce.
for sure. But Jason is so likable. He's such like a big bear. He's awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I fell out of the screen there for a minute.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, but I say he's America's favorite Kelce, but I think we all know that Mama Kelce's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Kelce.
For sure. Mama Kelce is awesome.
Yeah. So they said that Travis was at that game. I think Patrick Mahomes was at that game.
Oh,
whoa.
Bless you.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Bless you.
Are we leaving that in?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, cool. Sorry, folks. I didn't even know that sneeze was coming.
It happens, man. It's wintertime.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I could be dying.
No, don't do that.
You think
Are your
that's the
eyes watering
first?
real bad?
Is that the first sneeze of my death cold?
I hope not. Have you ever looked into the light? People say looking at the light makes you sneeze? Like if you feel a sneeze coming on, you can look at the light and it'll make you sneeze.
No.
That's weird, right?
That's weird. Of course, I don't have any bright lights.
Oh.
Yeah. So America's favorite Kelce is hanging it up. I think he's going to go into broadcasting.
More than likely, he'll give it a shot at least.
He's got a good voice for it. Maybe he'll record an album.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Do something other than Christmas. What if he did check this out? Kelce's on Broadway.
Oh man.
Because he's got more of that kind of singing voice.
Yeah.
Than your pop voice.
Sure.
So he could do Kelce's on Broadway.
He could do that, man. I could see that. I could see him doing a Dancing with the Stars.
You think he can move good enough?
Yeah, man. Those big guys, I think he's one of those. I think he can turn it on. You know what I mean? He can flip the switch. Not that he like won't be in pain or something, but like we saw Emmitt Smith do it, and that guy took a huge beating. Not saying, not comparing.
Now he can go do all the things to get him back healthy.
Right, that's true.
All the things.
Yeah, and he's not regulated by the NFL anymore. Like he doesn't even have to abide by what they say. He just has to abide by legal stuff.
Yeah.
Legal. And going outside of the country, right? Like that's the way a lot of athletes are handling it now. They just travel outside the country for the best stem cells they can get.
Yeah, like Evan Hafer was talking about going to Tijuana.
Yeah. Tijuana's got a really big facility there.
And he said he was riding on a plane back and he was like, this is so weird. And they're like, what? He's like, I don't have any pain.
Wow. That's incredible, man. I still don't understand why we haven't figured out a way to make all of that legal here. I don't understand why people are having to travel out of country for that sort of research or for that sort of medical treatment.
Funny you should ask, because I remember in 2001, I was remodeling my basement, and I had President Bush, OW, on, and he had a big press conference about stem cell research in the United States and banned it because of abortions. There's an abortion issue. But people are trying to explain to you, you don't abort babies and get the stem cells from the aborted babies.
Yeah, that's not where
these people... But if you want to take American conservatives and tell them that we're using aborted baby stem cells to get, that's how we get our abortion. But in reality, we're preventing big pharma from not making money.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. I started to think about it for a second. How much money would big pharma lose? Because how many less surgeries would people have? Right?
Right.
Like
So
that's the whole thing with stem cells is they help regrow these injuries and help
yes.
heal these injuries that would otherwise require surgery.
Yes. So we take, John, how are we going to stop this? Oh, we'll throw out the abortion card.
How much do you think how much do you think W got for that? I mean, how much of his pockets got lined, or at least one of his cabinet members, somebody got paid for him to make them illegal?
I'm sure they got paid. I don't even want to try to guess what the numbers are because it'll probably make you mad. But I mean, when it comes down to it, that's what it is in America. It's we take every situation and we politicize it.
Absolutely.
The COVID vaccine is a perfect example.
For sure.
If you remember when Trump said, "Hey, we got a vaccine," well, all the Democrats were like, "No, we're not taking Trump's vaccine."
We don't trust that.
Vaccine. There's footage of Biden and Camilla saying this, that they wouldn't take the vaccine. They get in power and they start getting the checks from Big Pharma. Hey, maybe y'all should all get vaccinated.
Maybe we should require this for everybody.
So it's always follow the money.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. The stem cell stuff. But man, we derailed quick.
Not really, because we were kind of segueing pretty good into our next topic, though.
Oh, what is that? It's an election year. Hey.
We segued pretty good. I mean, not intentionally. I did want to throw out there, though, that Jason Kelce, 193 games, I think he started. Like, that's insane.
I say Jason Kelce for president.
Jason Kelce for president. Maybe that's how he reboots his career.
We could reunite America with that. Is he old enough? He's got 2 more years, I think.
I mean, Vivek is old enough, dude. I'd say Jason Kelce's old enough.
Well, Vivek is, and that's what made me think about the election year stuff. Vivek is out. Done.
Vivek dropped out.
Dropped out. Trump blistered everybody in the Iowa caucuses.
Yep, so as expected.
Right now it's Trump, DeSantis, and Nikki, I like military industrial complex Haley.
Yeah, Nikki Haley, man. I've been getting text messages from Nikki Haley a lot, and I'm getting annoyed with them.
I know. I sent one back that said, "Look, I'm married. Quit talking to me." I don't need somebody looking at my phone going, "Who's this Nikki woman that's texting me?"
Yeah. Well,
it's Nikki Haley. I didn't even give her my number.
Oh no. Yeah. Look, I was listening to a Trump interview the other day, and he says he's got a pretty good VP in mind. Who do you think it's going to be?
It could be Vivek or it could be DeSantis. Here's what I don't want to happen. I think DeSantis is doing a fine job in Florida.
Yeah.
And I think he needs to stay down there and finish the job. Because when you go into Florida, it's different.
Yeah.
They're going ahead and they're fixing some of their traffic problems.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting out ahead of it. They're fixing roads. Dude, right. You're going down I-4 and every major highway that comes into I-4 has a real nice interchange.
Mm.
It's not like Georgia.
Yeah. Imagine
that. It took, years to do whatever they're going to do. Like they've been building this one down there Macon for 10 years now, it seems like.
Right.
But they're doing really nice things down there. You feel safe.
Yeah.
And the diversity.
Yeah.
You're in a very Republican stronghold, but there's so many different people of all nationalities down there.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's got its problems, and I'm sure like anywhere else in the world that it's got places you don't want to go, but
sure.
I thought it was pretty nice.
I agree with you, man. I think DeSantis should stay down in Florida because of, and I'll give you one reason, because of Trump. Like, if you want to have a political career anymore, don't go up against Trump.
Pretty much.
He will wreck anybody. He's a wrecking ball. And I don't, if I was a fan of DeSantis, which I could really care less about him, I'm not a huge fan either way. But if I was, I would say just stay down there in Florida, man. Like, he's such a distant second place. He's really running on the hopes that some of these charges stick, I guess, and Trump gets taken out of the race, right? Like, that's the only hope he has.
I think so. Let's see. Here's the results. 51% went to Donald Trump in the Iowa caucus. 21% went to Ron DeSantis. Nikki Haley got 19, and Ramaswamy, however you say it, he got 7.7.
Wow.
I don't know. Trump, he's one of the only ones Trump hadn't picked on.
Ramaswamy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
So maybe he is the choice for VP.
Yeah, maybe. I can see it happening because he's so intelligent. I don't like that he's from Big Pharma, essentially. I don't like that he made his money in the pharmaceutical business.
And tech.
And tech? Okay, so a little mix of both. But what that does grant him is kind of like Trump. He doesn't come in he's not a politician. He's not a career politician.
No,
he
he's
comes
not.
in with money. It's a lot harder to buy people when they got money.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I like about Trump. It's one thing I kind of like about Vivek, but I don't like how he made his money. At the same time, I don't necessarily care for that.
Some people might say that they don't like the fact that he's a Hindu.
Well, that's another thing. I think we talked about that recently, right? Like that every president ever elected has claimed Christianity.
Claimed it. A lot of them hadn't walked it.
I agree.
Of course, I guess they get their pass. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're all sinners.
I think a good example of that is that movie Gods and Generals.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides of the Civil War thought God was on their side.
Yeah. Have you seen anything about this new? I think it's a show, Civil War.
There's a new movie coming out. It's from that
movie.
Yeah, it's from. I think it's a movie. It's from that, or it could be a show. I don't know, but it's from that 2A4 or 24A.
Dude, it looks really interesting.
So that's the same people that did the movie with the Iron Claw movie.
Oh. They
did the Ferrari movie. Oh. And they did the Spring Breakers.
Oh, dang, man.
Yeah, Spring Breakers was one of their first movies.
Dang. Spring Break, baby. I can't wait for spring break, man. I'm freezing right now.
I heard that, dude. It's so cold. It's going to be cold tonight.
Oh, yeah. We better bundle up tonight, huh? Well, yeah, that movie looks awesome, and it looks so believable. Like, I could see it happening almost, Like, if you project the extremes of this country down, 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
If the extremes prevail, I can see the country going in that sort of direction. Like, it's scary to watch that trailer, man.
And that takes us into our conspiracy corner.
All right, dude.
So, in 1999 or 2000, right in there, the song Californication come out by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
There's this woman on TikTok who believes that they were predicting the future.
Oh, Lord.
So if you could just pop that little headline up right there for everybody to see.
Boop.
I will read off a little bit of what she was talking about. It says, woman believes she has discovered a hidden meaning in the Red Hot Chili Peppers song, Red Hot Chili Peppers Californication lyrics 24 years later. Okay. So
This ought to be interesting.
is that one of your favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper songs?
I don't know if it's one of my favorite. It's definitely a good one. I mean, they have a huge catalog and so many good songs.
Yeah, when
It's
you
hard
look
to
at
say.
how long they've been out, it's like, holy cow, they're that old.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just thinking about it right now, like going all the way from I mean, gosh, I forgot all about Scar Tissue, Under the Bridge.
Yeah.
Like their catalog goes way back. Yeah. So
Yeah. So the song opens with lyrics: "Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation, and a little girl's from Sweden's dream in silver screen quotation."
Little Girl from Sweden, meaning Gretchen.
Gretchen.
Isn't that her name?
Psychic spies from China, TikTok. And if you want these kind of dreams as Californication, it's the edge of the world and all the Western civilizations. So we're always at this end of the world. Oh, this is the end of the world. This thing is going to happen, and it's going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, climate change. It's the end
sun,
of the world.
The sun may rise in the east. At least it's settled in a final location. At least it's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin is in your chin. Or is that the war you're waging? So you got all these people getting, the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery. I think it could just be, and it goes on in this article to talk about this fact. It's basically what goes around comes around. Like everything's just on a big wheel. And it just all keeps happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it proves that.
I don't think they're really predicting the future.
No.
Although the girl from Sweden, that's kind of
cool. Yeah, I mean that I could see that being more coincidental though.
There's some things about, space being the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. People think that the moon landing was fake.
Of course, yeah. People think Stanley Kubrick produced it.
People still think that going into space is fake.
People still think space is fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the whole outer space is fake.
I was thinking about that this weekend, and that was before I even saw this week's Conspiracy Corner.
Okay.
I have satellite radio in my car.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I choose to pay for.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go under a long enough bridge, my satellite radio cuts out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, therefore, I believe that is coming from a satellite. I trust the fact that there is a satellite up there beaming back to my radio.
Well, like everybody's reporting seeing Starlink flying around. Like we can see all of the satellites flying by if you look hard enough.
I've seen it. I forgot to look for it this weekend while I was down there.
Yeah.
I did try to see a rocket launch, but it went southeast instead of northeast. So I wasn't able to see the arc of it.
Wow, I got you. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. That's on my list. I really want to see a rocket launch. Badly.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so I believe there's satellites up there.
I do too. I don't think space is fake.
I don't think space is fake. Have we embellished what we've done in space? Probably.
Maybe. You don't think there's a Mars rover out there?
Oh, yeah.
You think there's a Mars rover on Mars right now?
Yeah. Here's my thing about space. If space is fake, as much as Russia hates the United States, supposedly, they wouldn't be working together to keep it fake. Yeah. China wouldn't be sending stuff up.
Right.
India wouldn't be sending stuff up. There's too many players involved for it to be a conspiracy.
I agree.
So to keep a secret small, there's there's an old saying: there's only one way for 3 people to keep a secret, and that's for 2 of them to die.
That's right. That's how the saying goes.
So, I think it's too many players out there, because I mean that would have been real easy for Trump to get up there and stir stuff up, be like, we didn't go to space.
Well, he did start Space Force.
He did start Space Force. Anybody checked on Space Force lately? See what they're doing?
I haven't.
I haven't heard. Look, so while we were at Disney Springs, this high school chorus group come in and sung. You
Oh,
know,
really?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is cool, because I did that marching band
Sure.
at Disney. I'm like, cool, I'm going to sit here and watch this, because those kids are making some pretty cool memories right now.
Yeah.
And they started off singing the national anthem. So we're all sitting there. It's like, oh, everybody just stands up, you know, takes their hat off. It's like, you know, they didn't tell us. And it was kind of
hilarious.
Cool. It was kind of cool seeing everybody do it, like realize what's going on. But then they went in to play the that melody of the Armed Forces melody.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're all familiar with that. There was not a Space Force song. And there was a Coast Guard song, but no Space Force song. So we need a Space Force song.
What do you imagine it would be like? I'm imagining like electronic music already. Like,
yeah, it's got to be like some EDM.
Yeah.
And it's got to say like long ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It would be like that Close Encounters of the Third Kind when they're doing like that would be the Space Force theme right there.
Dun, dun. That's how it starts. Dun, dun. Then it's like dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it gets heavy on the bass.
So that is are we rating our conspiracy theories?
No, we've just been talking about them, I think. Are we rating them?
I don't think we're rating them.
Yeah, I like that conspiracy. I think it's hilarious.
I think it's
I don't
freaking
buy it.
I don't buy into it.
I don't think they were predicting the future, but I like it. I think it proves exactly what you were talking about. Things are cyclical.
Yep. It goes around in a circle.
Yeah.
The other thing about space, if we had not been to space, we wouldn't have Alex Jones up there being like, there's moon zombies. I mean, moon Nazis or whatever it is.
That's right. Yeah.
He would
Nazi
be like,
on the moon.
As big a conspiracy guy as he is, I think he would be trying to debunk that we went to space,
for sure.
instead of trying to build up that we went to space. I think part of the we didn't go to the moon crowd is Russian propaganda.
You're probably right. I mean, with as much influence as they can gain and as quickly as they can get these bots working, like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that and I think the flat Earth stuff is more Russian propaganda too.
Yeah, that plays into the space is fake a lot. They go hand in hand.
I think they're doing it just to disrupt things. Keep people arguing. It was it's kind of like what the devil does in churches.
Yeah,
church is going on, and you get the people arguing about little stuff.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. All right, John, you ready for a meme?
Yes, sir. Send it on my way.
All right, this one kind of hits home a little bit.
Oh, I got it already. That's right.
That's right.
Here we go. Pulling it up. Wife keeps wanting to have conversations with her husband, but she doesn't even listen to his podcast. That's hilarious. Did Mary Beth find that?
After a little bit of encouragement.
That one's hilarious. That one's good. You guys have got to check this out on our Facebook page if you're only listening to the audio, or you got to check out the YouTube. It'll be posted.
Yeah,
right
it'll be
right there. Somewhere in the middle. But yeah, that is a great meme, man. My wife definitely doesn't listen to the podcast. Definitely not.
Yeah,
she's not.
Mine don't either.
Dude, thank you for a good show, man. Episode 127. We got it done, dude.
Yeah, it's another great one. We appreciate you listening. Go check us out on all the places. YouTube is what we're really pushing right now.
That's right.
We appreciate the people that's been there behind us. That one in Mexico and the one in Germany. We don't understand why you listen, but hey, we appreciate it either way.
And Australia, I think. Australia or New Zealand. We have a listener out there too.
What if it's just people on VPNs?
I mean, that's my best guess is what it is.
That's my best guess, but maybe there's some guy and he's like, "By Crocky, the new Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon has dropped. I've got to listen to it."
They broke the curse of the Atlanta Braves.
These guys are geniuses.
Thank you so much, Night Shifters. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.